ESPN main event.
Yes. Janibek.
Yeah, Janibek.
He didn't get the stoppage,
and Bentley.
man.
Yeah, everybody. Man, round by round. Round by round. We were waiting on the stoppage. And because, it's kind of like, if it's not one of the names, you should be stopped.
Well, no. It's because Bentley was stopped in the third by Felix Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, devastating knockout, too. So, Janibek comes to America. He's promoting Kazakh style. And then his promoter and the machine of ESPN is pushing Boogeyman because Andre didn't take the fight.
Sound like Carson.
I mean, it's what they're doing. Andre wanted bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Right? As a fighter, I'm assuming he wanted bigger fish to fry. The fans were looking at it like, bro, you're ducking Janibek.
Yeah.
Then he moves up to fight Zach Parker. That falls apart with the purse bid. He walks away from the $300,000 because his share of that would have been too small. Yeah. Now he's beltless, man.
Yeah.
So Janibek got elevated.
Yeah.
And since then, he's been, since and before, because he couldn't really get a fight, right? Like Jaime didn't want to fight him. So he's gotten this Boogeyman tag. Like, look at Keith Idek, the middleweight division supposed Boogeyman. So, but those titles, they help sell, man.
Last night, he didn't really look
like a Boogeyman.
He didn't. I mean, he had Bentley kind of very, and Bentley's unorthodox. He's herky-jerky, doesn't know which punch he's going to throw first kind of guy. But Bentley was able to really just kind of, with his rhythm or lack thereof and technique or lack thereof, he's able to offset the things that Janibek does well.
Because of the awkwardness.
Because of the awkwardness, setting up that straight left. And like I told Carson, I said, hey, Janibek needs to put a double jab together. He needs to feint this guy. He needs to throw a hook off the jab. He's not mixing it up. And that's kind of, Carson's argument last night is, how can he be the boogeyman and he can't get this guy out of there? How can he be the boogeyman and he can't hit this guy flush? I'm like, hey, well, check it out. This guy is unorthodox and very awkward, but at the same time, I really don't see Janibek using much more than a jab or 1-2, putting that together, and not much more than that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think if you are considering yourself the boogeyman, like you gotta have so much in your repertoire that everybody says, like, yeah, you're a legitimate boogeyman. I mean, Errol Spence Jr. has so much in his repertoire, even before he got the belt and everybody was calling him the boogeyman. Even now, you know what I mean? He's completely solidified himself as a champion, but you could still say he's a boogeyman. You know what I mean?
I would say the perfect definition is Gennady Golovkin, because Gennady is a professional at getting these types of guys out of there. Steve Rose, Lemieux, who went on to be a world champion, but that CB level, if you're
if you're C or B,
well, oh my God, what's the guy? Curtis Stevens, and I mean, if you won a title but you ain't get it, he gonna get you up out of there. He just doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure he would have got Janibek out of there. Bentley out of there.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what he lacks, is a little bit of power, but he's still young.
Yeah.
Still young, or at least in his career.
Sure.
This opponent, I'm going to be real, it did come out of left field for me. I didn't understand why they didn't find someone a little more marketable for American television. Like Bentley is domestically only known in the UK.
Right.
He's really never had a US television fight.
Right.
So I didn't get why put him on.
Yeah.
And now I'm sure it backfired because they were not expecting him to go the full distance.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they wanted Janibek to keep looking like the boogeyman.
The funny thing is, near the end of this fight, Bentley turns it on. Too Sharp turns it on a little more. I mean, he had moments through the fight where he was able to fight off Janibek. He had moments in the fight where he looked like he had, gotten a little light on his feet and things like that. It was... I'll keep it real with you. I think it was entertaining because of Bentley. And I think it was entertaining because of Bentley because you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if he was going to fall. And then you didn't know a lot of the punches that he swung and missed with. I mean, they looked like, some haymakers that was ready to do some serious damage. You know what I mean? So I really do think that fight last night was entertaining and suspenseful because of Bentley, not in part because of Janibek.